Tonight on Denver 7 News at 6.
We know we just got to hang in there.
Glenwood Canyon prepares for another round of flooding.
A Colorado man tries to get his brother out of Afghanistan.
The most important thing right now for me is to have my family back home safe and sound.
A young man is shot and killed while leaving a Jewish seminary.
We need everybody in our community to help us identify who these individuals are and bring them to justice as quickly as possible.
And RTD drives Broncos fans away.
I go to every game.
So you think you might have to miss a game because of this?
I do. I think I'll probably miss more than one.
Good evening. Thank you for watching Denver 7 News. I'm Shannon Ogden.
I'm Ann Trujillo. When it rains, Glenwood Springs expects it to pour. Even the briefest of storms can bring I-70 to a screeching halt.
And unfortunately for the high country, these storms will not be brief. Denver 7's Liz Gilardi and our chief meteorologist Mike Nelson heading up tonight's coverage of the current I-70 closure. Let's begin tonight with Liz. Liz?
Well, and Shannon, right now it is clear out, but if you saw us at 5 o'clock, I mean, it was pouring rain, and at times throughout the day, it has been raining pretty hard on and off, and that heavy rainfall is really a constant threat to this community and really the way of life for so many people who rely on tourism here. But business owners here, they are resilient, and they say they are committed to staying open even when I-70 shuts down.
It's a mixed bag because the thing that started this was a fire. So we wished for rain, but now we don't wish for rain.
When the Grizzly Creek fire shut down I-70 for 2 weeks, it was devastating. Now I-70 closures seem to be a constant threat with rain clouds looming overhead.
I think the first thing we all know is that you're going to get that alert on your phone that the canyon's closed again. And then we hope everybody's safe and that nobody's hurt.
Heading into this summer, people living here knew mudslides were a possibility, but everyone hoped it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, you kind of knew it was possible. It's still pretty spectacular to see that much earth moved at one time.
The manager at Sunlight Ski and Bike Shop points out his business already relies on the weather. And when the canyon shut down earlier this month, sales dropped by about a third.
Certainly that's not ideal, but what I will say is we've been really thankful that CDOT has made the effort they've made, that they got it reopened as quick as they did, because I don't know about you, when I saw the pictures of it, I thought we might be looking at months.
We drove through Glenwood Canyon earlier today. It's still down to one lane in some places, and we saw mud caked on guardrails, evidence of the most recent slides. Almost as soon as we arrived, rain started falling fast, but it was over almost as quickly as it started. Last summer, the owner of Rocky Mountain Pizza says he was praying for rain. He even has a pizza named in honor of the firefighters.
Smoke jumper. So this is a GBO, garlic basil olive oil base, and it's got some really nice smoked pork shoulder.
And with heavy rain in the forecast, business owners say all they can do is wait and try to stay positive.
We get to live up here, so we work with what we've got, and it'll be okay.
And CDOT says that these closures are for extended for rainfall events. They're not so much worried about snow. They say it's a matter of safety, though. The last thing they want is someone getting stuck in a slide, being hurt, killed, injured. They don't want that. So that's why they have to shut it down when there is this threat of rainfall. And these extended closures, they're also impacting the supply chain. That pizza shop had a hard time getting deliveries during all of this. And also, I know we're going to toss it to Mike Nelson. And Mike, I have to say that the smoke jumper pizza was actually quite good. But tell us kind of what's in the forecast and what people can expect up here.
Thank you very much, Liz. Nice job out there. There's more rain coming up because the weather system that's causing all of this thunderstorm activity is still in Utah. So we have a flash flood watch in effect, western third of Colorado. There is still a severe thunderstorm watch and some active warnings in eastern Utah. Now the warning continues for flash flooding along the Grizzly Creek burn scar, but you can see that main storm has moved just a little bit off to the northwest of the Glenwood Canyon area. Cameron Peak burn scar also has had a flash flood warning. That will expire in about 15 minutes. And down in the Denver area, not a whole lot going on right now. But to the west of us, That's where the cold front is, and that's going to push across the state tonight and tomorrow, and that will increase the odds of heavy rain with thunderstorms in the mountains, flash floods and mudslides likely up there. Strong storms possible northeast Colorado, including Denver, Thursday afternoon. And get this, a little snow may fall Thursday night and early Friday on the highest mountain peaks.
All right, Mike, thank you. Liz, thank you as well. A student of the Yeshiva Torres Chaim Seminary in West Denver was murdered last night. 18-year-old Shmuel Silverberg was walking out of the building when police say he was shot and killed by a group of men. Investigators believe the shooting was the midpoint of a crime spree that began with a car being stolen on Alameda, another person being shot near Cheeseman Park, and then a burglary in Lakewood.
We recognize how violent the activities took place last night, and we cannot allow this to become status quo in our city.
And police do not believe any of the victims in the shooting were connected to one another. And they also say there is no indication this was a hate crime.
Mesa County commissioners and the Secretary of State's office are split on who should run the upcoming election. Secretary of State Jenna Griswold appointed current treasurer and former Mesa County clerk Sheila Reiner to the role. Commissioners want former Secretary of State Wayne Williams. Both commissioners and Griswold believe authorities rests with them. Well, Williams told us moments ago that he and Reiner are working together while this is being sorted out, and Reiner told us this Tuesday night.
Say to the Mesa County voters that I can absolutely handle this job, and I do look forward to solving the problem for them, and I am very sorry and embarrassed for Mesa County for having to go through all of this.
And all of this is happening because the Secretary's office's Clerk Tina Peters and staff compromised sensitive information on elections. Warrants obtained by Denver7 show the DA wants access to Peters' cell phone, as well as logs, social media communications, and video surveillance. The FBI is also investigating.
Well, 2 Colorado members of Congress have spent the better part of today trying to help an Inglewood man and his family get out of Afghanistan. Now, we alerted Jason Crow and Diana DeGette's offices to Haroon Zarifi's plight this morning. He, his wife, and children arrived in Kabul in June to take care for Haroon's sick father. Well, now they are desperately trying to get back to the U.S.
They called us to go to the airport, but from where? How? There's thousands of people. How I'm going to get in? So when I get there with my kids, what's going to happen between those thousands of people? How I'm going to pass?
Both DeGette and Crow's offices returned our request for assistance in minutes, and a spokesperson for DeGette said they were reaching out directly to Haroon. Crow's office said they were able to inform the State Department of this situation and requested attention to his case, so I promise we'll keep you posted on the progress here.
And even with support, there are no easy exits out of Kabul's airport right now. And tonight, Denver7's Ivan Rodriguez profiles 2 brothers who worked alongside the U.S. in Afghanistan. One is safe in Colorado and the other is desperately trying to get home.
For 11 years, Sahil Safi worked alongside the U.S. military as a translator in Afghanistan, putting his life on the line.
Every day was a risk to myself and my family, and finally I decided to leave and start a better life for myself and family.
His younger brother took a similar path after also serving as an interpreter. Both of them moved to Colorado as refugees 5 years ago and are currently residents. But over the last few weeks, everything changed.
He went to visit my parents in Afghanistan 2 months ago, and he was supposed to be back by last week, but their flight canceled, and all of a sudden the Taliban, they took control.
Since then, he's been stuck, and because of poor signal, Safi's communication with his brother has been sporadic.
He can't wait to get out of the country because there's no way. No hope.
But the process of getting to the airport comes with a host of challenges. Being a former interpreter, Safi's brother is a target for the Taliban, and getting through checkpoints and roadblocks comes with risks.
He was called to present himself with his family to the airport where the U.S. military are deployed. So when he went to the airport, there were a rush of people. It was very, very hard to get in.
The U.S. Embassy announced it cannot ensure safe passage to the airport either. Secretary of Defense Austin saying they're working to get everyone with the right credentials on board a plane.
We will continue to coordinate and deconflict with the Taliban and make sure that those people that need to get to the airfield have the right credentials to ensure passage. And the Taliban has been checking those credentials, and if they have them, they have allowed them to pass.
For now, Safi's brother's fate rests on the diplomatic relations between the U.S. and Taliban. Still no sign of when he, other U.S. citizens, and people with special immigrant visas will be able to come home.
Just evacuate them as soon as possible. I think this is our moral obligation.
An obligation that is getting harder to fulfill with each passing day. Ivan Rodriguez, Denver7.
And the Taliban insists that women, children, journalists, and U.S. allies will be safe under their rule. Now, people who have studied and experienced the Taliban firsthand say otherwise.
Dr. Mohammed Taqi is an analyst and columnist who has written extensively about this current situation. And he says Taliban leaders know the eyes of the world are on them right now, but they also know the world's attention will eventually wander.
I suspect that right now the U.S. engagement is holding the Taliban at bay. And that is probably why they have not cracked down upon the thousands of people who have descended upon the Kabul airport. But once the Western presence and engagement is over, I suspect that we will see a much harsher face of the Taliban, especially against the people who are trying to flee the country.
We've collected a number of resources to help people whose loved ones are trapped right now in Afghanistan, and you can find them all on thedenverchannel.com.
Coming up, RTD suspends bus service to Empower Field, disappointing the Broncos and their fans alike.
What do you think needs to be done?
I think they need to be told to start it up again.
Heavy rains are on the way for the mountains, but the peaks may also see some snow.